So new little side title, which is percentage increase and decrease. We'll write a little sentence just so we know. With percentage increase and decrease, we are adding or subtracting a particular percentage. With percentage increase and decrease, we are adding, or subtracting a particular percentage. Let's just write a little bit further actually. So, first, find the percentage. Then add / subtract. Nice and straightforward. So get this one down. We've got two examples here to have a little go at. Example 1, example 2. I think again we should fly through this, but we will have a go at them. Again, it's always worth thinking about, especially when we get to the hard ones. What does this 70 represent? Now, this 70 represents the full amount, which is 100%. So, 70, 100% is equal to 70. So if I want to increase by 10%, I'm going to need 10%. So 10% is equal to 7. Now if I'm increasing by 10%, what that means is I'm taking 100% and I'm increasing by 10%, which means it's going to be 70 plus 7, which gives me actually, I probably should have said this first, this gives me 110%. That's what an increase of 10% is. So for this one here, it's going to be 77. And you can even write if you want 110%, and it's probably worth at this stage thinking about things like this. 110%, which is that increase by 10%, is equal to 77. You'll see later on when we get to the harder percentages why I'm doing this now, why I'm planting this seed. Okay? So let's have a look at this next one here then. Decrease by 10%. So let's first of all, I know that the 50 represents 100%. That's the point, isn't it? That's the 50 is the whole amount. I'm then going to need to find 10%. Which is equal to this divided by 10, which is 5. And if I'm doing a decrease by 10%, that means it's going to be 90%. A decrease of 10% means 100% minus 10%, which is equal to 90%. So here I'm doing 100% minus 10%, which is equal to 50 minus 5, which is equal to 45. So here, a decrease by 10% would be 90%, which is equal to 45. Now you would get the marks for just writing 45. However, I want us to think about the harder questions now. I'm thinking ahead here. So next up, have a go at these to yourself. Have a go at these to yourself. I'll go through them in a second, but have a little go yourself. Good, I think we're flying through these, okay, so let's have a little go at them. So remember the starting point here is that 100% is equal to 20. So to find 20%, it's going to be 10%, which is equal to 2, 20%, which is equal to 4. So to increase by 20%, that's going to be 100% plus the 20%, which is equal to 20 plus 4, which is 120%, is equal to 24. Brilliant. This one over here, now be careful. A lot of people made a mistake with this one because they increased instead of decreased. Okay, so just make sure that you know when you're increasing and decreasing. Make sure you're reading the question carefully. So the starting point here is that 100% is equal to 50. So 10% is equal to 5. I need to decrease by 40%. So I need 40%, which is going to be that times by 4, which is 20. And then to decrease by 40%, it's going to be 100% minus 40%, which is equal to 50 minus 20. So 100 minus 40% is 60%, that's what we've got now, is equal to 30 there. Brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at a trickier one. So this one here is example 3. I'm going to have a go at this one on the right. So get this one down in your notes, and then I'll let you have a go at the one on the... Sorry, I'll have a go at the one on the left, and you can have a go at the one on the right in a second. So, increase by 60%, example 3. Well, our starting point here is that 100% is equal to 60. So, if I want to find 5%, I'm going to find 10% first by dividing by 10, which is the 6. To find 5%, I need half of this, which is going to be equal to 3. And if I'm increasing by 5%, it's going to be 100% plus the 5%, which is equal to 105%. Oops, I probably don't need to write that just yet. That's the end. So 100% is 60. Plus the 5%, which is 3. So an increase of 5% gives you 105%, which is equal to 63. Alright, have a little go at that one on the right hand side. So have a little go at that one on the right hand side. do it together then. So, let's find our 15% first. So, first of all, we start off with 10%. So, in fact, we write down first 100% is equal to 80. 10% is going to be that divided by 10, which is 8. I'm going to need the 5% as well, aren't I? Because I need 15%, which is going to be 4, half of that. So 15% is going to be these two added together, which is going to be 8 plus 4, which is equal to 12. Now, if I want to decrease by 15%, it needs to be 100% minus the 15%, which is equal to 80 minus the 12, which is equal to 70, 68. Brilliant. Super. Cool. Alright, so have a go at these to yourself. Have a little go at these to yourself. Okay, so I can see the answers flying in here, so I'm going to start having a go at this one on the left, okay? So, I'm going to find 40% first. So first of all, let's start with 100%, which is equal to 140. Then I need to find 45% of this, so 10% is equal to 14. I'm going to need 40%, which is this times by 4. 14 times by 4 I'll do over here. 4 times by 4 is 6, carry the 1. 4 times by 4, 56 there. There, like so. I'm also going to need 5%, which is this divided by 2, which is equal to 7. So then 45% is going to be these two added together, which is equal to 63. And then if I want to increase this by 45, it's going to be 100% plus 45%, which is going to be 140 plus the 63, which is equal to 145% is equal to 203. Brilliant. I'm just going to show you the answer to the next one, which was 26. Good. So I'm going to skip that because I think that we're alright with this now. Just a problem solving question. I am going to go through this one ourselves. I am going to go through this one because I see this something like come up all the time. So this one here we will get down. I will do this one. So this one here I want as example, I can't remember what example one. I think it was example 5 maybe. So I will do this one, and the reason is because it's this 17.5%. Now there's an easy way to find 17.5%, which is the reason why I'm going to do it. Don't worry about drawing the compact disc down, but do worry about writing down that 17.5%. So with this one here, we always start off with the same thing, which is 100% is equal to £50. That's what we know. If I want to find 17.5%, there's actually a quick way to do this. Okay, so I'd find 10% first, which is going to be equal to £5. I'm then going to find 5%, which is going to be £2.50. Okay, but then, so I've got 15%, and what's left over is to get 17.5 is 2.5, so I'm actually going to do, so I've divided this by 2, haven't I? If I divide by 2 again, I get that 2.5%, and that's equal to £1.25. So now if I add all these together, the 10 plus 5 plus 2.5, that gives me 17.5%. And if I add these together, that's going to be £7.50, £8.75. Okay, so I'm adding all of these together. So that's the bit that's a little bit new. The last part's what we've done already. So we've got it's plus 17.5%, so it's going to be 100% plus 17.5%, which is equal to the £50 plus 8.75, sorry. So if I add these two together, that's going to be £58.75p, like so. Brilliant. Alright, so we've got some questions here to have a go at. We've got a trickier one here. We will do this one just because I do want us to get used to the problem solves question. So write this one down as example 6. This is a past paper question. It's worth 4 marks. So maybe just have a little go at this yourself, and I'll go through it in a second. So let's have a little look at this one together then. So there's a few different steps here, which makes it a little bit trickier. Okay, still not that much harder, but so the first thing we've got to do is we've got to work out the 7,000 plus the 20% VAT. So I do that by finding out. I start off. I know 100% is equal to £7,000. We know that. Okay. Then I need to find 10%. Which is going to be equal to £700. Then I find 20%, which is equal to that times by 2, which is £1,400. Now, because we're doing an increase of this, we need to do 100% plus the 20%, which is equal to 7,000 plus the 1,400, which is equal to 8,400. Okay, so that's how much this caravan's going to cost with the VAT. We should say here this is 120%. Then we've got to work out the last little part. Now it says here that she pays a deposit of £3,000. So the first thing I've got to do here is take away that £3,000. So I'll do that over here. It's going to be 8,400. Take away the 3,000, which is equal to 5,400, like so. So she's got 5,400 left to pay. Okay. So then if she pays it in in 6 equal payments, then the last little part is I've got to do this divided by 6. Okay. So it's going to be how many times does 6 go into 5,400? Well, how many times does 6 go into 5? It doesn't. Carry the 5. How many times does 6 go into 54? It goes in 9. With 9 and 9. So she pays £900 each month. Spot on. Okay. So if you're catching up with this later, here's some questions for you to have a little go at. And if you're catching up with this later, there's the answers to those.